Hey y'all, in today's video, we're going to talk about this story I seen on TikTok a few days ago. It's a TikToker that goes by the name of Unique. She has a YouTube channel on here as well. She got a couple 100,000 followers. But she has a story. She was dating a guy, and this story is definitely very hits home to me because I've been in a situation where a man will lie and say they have no kids or maybe they only have one kid. But then as time goes on, it's like they lying about everything. They lying about who they live with. They lying about their job. They're lying about how many kids they have. They're lying about their marital status. Just lie after lie after lie. And a lot of men don't realize if you just kept it a buck, maybe someone would like accept you for who you are. Like say you did have one kid or you even had a kid on the way, just be honest. Because now I might not accept you, but it's a lot of other girls that will accept you. Now you just wasted your time when you could have just kept it a buck. Or maybe the girl will accept you. Maybe she will make an exception for you. Maybe your personality was bomb. Maybe she just like you. Because I've made exceptions before. Now, the man that she was dealing with, she found out that basically, like, he was lying about everything. He was married. He had multiple kids. He lied and said he ain't have an Instagram. She found out that he had one. He was lying right in her face. Now, like I said, Unique is a content creator. She sells digital products. She has 2 kids. And she met a man from Atlanta. And I know, especially, like, if you from Atlanta and you watching this, we all know, even if you from out of town in Atlanta, I feel like everybody has dated a man in Atlanta. Sometimes it goes good, a lot of time it doesn't. And you always hear that I think Atlanta has the worst dating scene because a lot of the times the men be liking men or the men just be serial cheaters. The men be scamming, using women for their money. I mean, that happens everywhere, but especially in Atlanta. And my thing is, why do men from Atlanta always trying to date out of town? I want to know why. Let me know why do a man from Atlanta be always trying to date somebody from out of town? Because I ain't gonna hold you. I like this man on Instagram. He from Atlanta. He from Atlanta. And I like him, but I could tell he got some stuff going on. But anyway, let her tell her story. And of course, this is a personal opinion. And everything is public information protected under fair use. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Like I said, it's just my opinion, not a news reporter, not trying to be one. Let's get into it.
Men lie even when they're in their 40s or 50s, y'all. This is the time I met a man and I found out his life was a freaking lie, okay? And TikTok really going away. So y'all know I have to get all of my story times out, Bookie. So let's get into it. So I had an errand to run all the way in Beaufort, and if you stay in Atlanta, you know where that's at. And I stay all the way on the complete opposite side, on this, well, closer to the south side. So that's probably like a good hour and a half drive. I already had half a tank, so I had stopped at the gas station, and I was like, okay, let me just fill my tank up halfway because that's all that's gonna fit in my tank. So my tank took like 45. I put half of that in my tank, and then I was minding my business, pumping my gas. So the guy next to me, he just kept looking at me. And then when my tank stopped, and it stopped at like what, $20, he had peeped and he walked over to me and he gave me $100 bill, and he was like, put more in your tank, like fill your tank up and keep the rest. And I was like, okay, thank you, like, you know, I'm gonna take that, thank you, that's $100. Okay. So he went back to his car, and you know, I'm done pumping the gas. I get in my car and I'm about to drive off. So he comes and he knocks on my window. I'm looking, and I roll the window down, and he was like, can I take you out to eat by chance? Like, you know, you're really beautiful. And I mean, I had just gave him my number. Y'all, I just be doing stuff sometimes, so don't judge me. But I gave him my number. This around the time I really wanted a sugar daddy, and he was giving me sugar daddy vibes. So I was just like, okay, cool. So I had gave him my number, and that was that. We locked in. So we were texting back and forth, and he actually seemed really interesting, y'all. He seemed really cool. So he was like, what kind of food do you like to eat? And y'all know me, I said seafood, because baby, I love seafood. So he asked me when did I want to go out to eat or whatever. I told him the day that I was available, and we had set up a date for that day. So fast forward, we get to the date. We went to Blue Seafood. If y'all have been in Atlanta, y'all know. And if y'all haven't been, y'all definitely have to try it. I love Blue Seafood, but that's where we went, and it's kind of dark and inside, so it's a cute intimate setting. As soon as I get in there, y'all, I order me a little martini, and I get me some fried shrimp. Okay, he had like a Patron margarita. So we sitting down and we talking, we vibing, and you know, I'm asking him like, what do you do for work? And he told me that he owned his own transportation business, and that was cool. Like, honestly, I had my fair share of dealing with bum ass. Like, I'm so tired. So hearing that a man actually has something going on for himself, that Yeah, because me, I own my own business, y'all. I sell digital products. I make over $1,000 a week from doing it. So I like hearing that. Like, we both have something going on. And y'all know I'm a content creator off the grid, but I had to, like, tell y'all, I'm a content creator. I do a lot of stuff. So me hearing that a man has something going on, it's like, okay, because men will literally see you have things going on and try to leech off of you. So I asked him, I'm like, do you have any kids? And he was like, I have 3 kids. And he was basically telling me he has no little kids, like they're all grown. He also said that he was never married. And then the kid's mom stays like somewhere in California. She moved and they like, transport and see the kids. Like, I forgot what he said, y'all, but basically they had like a little arrangement going on. So yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, what's your Instagram? Because I was going to follow him. I move around a lot. So I was definitely going to use his luxury transportation services. He told me he didn't have an Instagram, which raised a red flag for me because as soon as we sat down, his phone was open. Y'all know I look at everything, but I had peeped that the Instagram app was on his phone. So how do you not have an Instagram account? And keep in mind, when we met, he didn't pull up in like a luxury car or anything. It was like a regular, I forgot what it was, but it was just like a regular car. And that was cool. But like when we was on a date, he was showing me this car. It was like this nice ass, what was it? Damn, I forgot what it was. I think it was like an AMG, a nice ass Mercedes AMG. And y'all, he was like, this is my car. I just drive that other car when I'm for everyday use, but this is my main car. I was like, okay. So I get home and y'all know me, I'm a detective. I'm gonna get down to the nitty gritty. So when I went home, I'm on the phone with my friends, and as soon as we find out like some bullshit on, or we feel like some bullshit on, we have to really figure out what's going on. So we was on FaceTime, we went on this website, and basically you could find out a lot about somebody, okay? So I had ended up putting his number in there, his name popped up, he was honest about that, cool. So I had went on his profile, I seen his age. For one, this man told me he was 34, he was really 47. So let's start there. Why did you have to lie about your age, sir? Which he looked good for his age. Like, why did you have to lie about that? So boom, his real name was right there, and I had ended up going and I had typed that name into Facebook. So boom, his Facebook account popped up. I clicked on it. Cool. So as I'm scrolling on Facebook, there goes an Instagram account linked to his profile, the Instagram that he told me he didn't have. So I went on the Instagram page, and there I seen him, a picture of his wife, his 4 kids. She throwing snowballs at me. But his 4 kids, and y'all peep this, he even had a newborn kid. A newborn, like, you still producing kids at your old ass. So boom, then I click on the picture with him and his wife, and y'all, they have been married for literally like 8 years. And then on top of that, he had reposted his brother like, oh, congratulations, bro, or whatever. And his brother had the Mercedes AMG that he showed me, saying that it was his car. You fired? So anyways, his wife's Instagram page was connected, tagged, and I had ended up clicking on it. Y'all know, y'all go from one page to the next. If you lurk for real, okay? So I went on the wife's page. She was so pretty. I'm like, why don't cheating on her? And she seemed so sweet. And so when I went on her page, it said follow back. So I went to like the DMs or whatever, and I seen that she sent me a message request, and I never seen it. But she was basically like inquiring about how to like start selling digital products and stuff. So I didn't text back, y'all, because I felt like if I texted back, I would have had to tell her, like, girl, your husband is a cheater. But I decided to just let it be, leave it alone. I blocked the man's number. Like, it was just super weird. And it goes to show you, men lie. I don't give a damn about to turn 70. Men are liars. For real. I'm not going to say all men are liars, because, of course, there are good men out there. But a lot of these dogs, okay? And they need to be put on a leash somewhere.
Now, we all know that men lie at any age, and especially the older men. Like, the older men be, a lot of the times, they be worse than the younger ones. And I feel like the older men are to blame for the younger ones, because honestly, a lot of the time, of course, men are that cheat, they always to blame, right? But at the same time, it's their environment and what they seen. Like, a lot of men have not even seen a man loving their mother in the correct way, and it's just what I came to terms with just a few minutes ago. Like, I don't think men have like no real role models, no men actually teaching a man how a woman should be treated, and teaching a man, like, a lot of these men, they don't even be Christians. And I feel like you don't have to be a Christian, but you do have to speak to like a higher power, because it's like, how are you going to be faithful if you don't even have anybody to really respond to? You know, of course, yeah, you should have somebody to respond to, like your wife or reporting, whatever. Like, nobody's going to be holding you accountable. Like the wife, most of the time, they're not holding them in accountable. Like I said, I give a wife a pass if she take her man cheating one time, but only one time, and only if you're married, because now y'all married, now y'all got kids. I can see woman taking them back on one time. But when it becomes after that one time, now it is a pattern. And you're setting the stage of how that man should be treating you. And also, if you have a daughter or a son, you're also showing them how a man should be treating the mother, or I don't know, or just a man should be treating a woman. I don't know. But I really came to terms with it. Like, I think a lot of these men be doing this because they never seen like the older men role models. Like a lot of the times they will push that older men will push that agenda on their younger, like the younger boys in their life or whatever, that they posed like, oh, you got a nephew, da, da, da. Like you should be dating multiple women. And I mean, like I said, I don't like men that be dating multiple women, but at the end of the day, we should be dating multiple people. But in a relationship, no, I don't know. Like, you're supposed to be faithful in a relationship. Like, what the heck? And if not, then y'all might do need to be polygamous. Y'all might do need to be polygamous. But then with that, I don't think a lot of the men be screaming polygamy this, polygamy that, but they don't really even understand polygamy. Like, polygamy really not don't even really have to nothing to do with being intimate with multiple women. It has stuff to do with like, so like one person shouldn't bear all of the rest. Like it's like supposed to be like a community where y'all all supposed to be helping each other out. It's not just like smashing. Now, I'm not saying be polygamous because I don't like polygamy, but I'm just saying. And I do believe, like, when you're 24 and younger, you're supposed to be having fun. You're not really supposed to be taking dating that serious. But, like, 25 and up, like, when you really, like, starting a date for marriage and stuff like that, because I definitely want to get married. When you starting a date for marriage, you really have to vet, especially, like, me personally, I'm a very caring person. I have a lot of love to give, and I used to wear my heart on my sleeves, and that's fine when you 24 and younger, but once you get older, like I said, you have to stop being gullible. And you listen to a man, like when you start dating a man, you listen to what he says, you take mental notes and stuff like that, but you don't believe everything a man is saying, because most of them be lying. Most of them be lying. Like, let's keep it up. Most of them be lying. So you have to go and vet these things that they say. Oh, what if a man says, oh, I'm an engineer, and then you find out well, it's not a lie, but let's just say, matter of fact, I'm gonna say something else. So say you find out he a trash man. There's nothing wrong with somebody being a trash man, but you lied and you said you was an engineer. So like, you had to vet certain things. Oh, I've been single for 3 years. You find out that he just was in a relationship 2 months ago. That's why you don't fall until you really get to know who a person is, and you really see like how that person can treat you, what they actually going to do with you, and actually what this person intentions are. That's another thing. We got to really stop falling for people until we find out what they want. Like, what if you want a serious relationship? What if you want marriage, but he just trying to date? He not looking for nothing serious right now. That's another problem that we be having. But I do feel sorry for the wife in this situation, the girl too. But the girl, she ain't really had that much emotional attachments. And like I said, we shouldn't. After we get a certain age, we shouldn't be getting so emotionally attached to people that we just met. But I feel bad for the wife, because a lot of the times, especially living in Atlanta, when they say like it's really no men in Atlanta, no straight men in Atlanta. So when you snag a man or get a man, you get married, they've been married for 8 years, and you gonna go do this to her. I feel bad for the wife, because it's like it's not a lot of men in Atlanta, so most likely she probably will stay with this man, and this man gonna be cheating on her and dogging her the whole time. Now hopefully she leaves if she wants to, but like, of course, personally I would leave, because you can't be cheating on me. You out here. I mean, no, he sometimes they might stay because he did not sleep with this young lady, but we know if he had the opportunity to sleep with this young lady, he would. Another thing I find disrespectful, even men going to strip clubs, and that's very like popular in Atlanta and Florida. Why are you giving a random girl money when that could be coming back to our household? And a lot of people out here struggling. So that's a big old slap in the face now. That's a big old slap in the face. And also, people that's cheating, I feel like it's very dangerous, because what if the wife was like a super spy, you know what I mean? Like a super spy, very nosy, and found out what you was doing and started following you, and she go out and pow this other girl, or even like smashing. you passing stuff back to your wife, which this has happened a few times. I have seen this. Like somebody is married, like people think of them 3 letter words, the one that start with H and end with V. They think that somebody's always being promiscuous. Somebody being promiscuous, but it's not always the wife. Some, like, for color girls, the man brings it back to the wife. I'm sorry, and I definitely think people should be I definitely think they should get charged for attempted murder when they bring stuff like that back to the back to anybody. Like if you knew you had it and you don't go and report it and you like smashing people, you definitely should get charged with first degree or attempted murder. Unaliving. But let me know what y'all think about this and down in the comment section. I love to see what y'all got to say. Like what you think. Like, don't they just be all lying? Why you think he lied? And do you think she should have told the wife? Maybe, but then again, I would say no. No. I would want to know. I would want to know. But I understand why people do not tell the other lady, because she will turn it back on her like, "Oh no, you promiscuous. Oh no, you wanted my man." Not always, but 50% of the time, because like they be brainwashed, especially like when you been with somebody, she been with him for 8 years, so let's just say they known each other for 10 years. A lot of them be brainwashed, so I do understand why people do not tell, because a lot of the time, most of the time, honestly, it backfires. But anyway, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. Please give me a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also turn on post notification bells on, and I will see y'all probably later.